I will share the previous presentation today, and we will start the new chapter, that is Unit 2, that is Supply Chain Network Design. Its structure, its design, and its factors which are influencing the design of the supply chain network. Okay, guys, I don't know the other participants are there or not. So, where I can share view chat. So first I'm sharing the last PPT which we have discussed. Mm. Okay, so I have shared the last presentation that we discussed, the overview of the supply chain management. So anyone can acknowledge that you have received it? Anyone? Santosh, Sasi, Manish, Aishwarya. Please check the chat box.
Yes, ma'am, got it.
Okay, thank you. So today we will start, or if you have any questions related to previous previous topics, anyone? If don't, we will start the new one. So Manish has raised the hand. What would happen?
Yeah, actually, generally, I have one question. Actually, whatever you taught us, so how it is implement in the industry, or how we should develop ourselves, like as AI, blockchain, and e-commerce. So, how we will utilize it in a practically way?
So when you do things practically, or when you got some job, so there you can showcase your talent or showcase your knowledge over the freshers. Freshers don't have the deep knowledge, but you can outstand there by having the at least not on zero level, but you can see yourself up level there after the certification.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Or whatever, this 1 hour lecture I'm taking only, but you can also research on the topics by yourself, because internet is now everywhere, so that
No,
will also help you. Yeah.
another thing is that actually there's a very huge thing. Actually, we do not enter in that industry or management. So we should actually I am confused. What is a relevant topic? What is a relevant software? What should I learn? That will exactly help or in the industry that is running also.
Look, the small things you can, the foundational things you can prepare for the advanced Excel or Excel course. First step is that if you want to come into the tools or what industry is using, so first one thing is very common, every industry is using, that is Excel. You can go to the Excel course, advanced Excel, VBA, macros. These things are very common in every companies. Okay. Then we are having, if you come into the supply chain tools, then we are having SAP tool. That is the biggest tool we are, every good industry is using SAP, Sage, Coupa, Oracle. These are all the databases and ERP tools that are using under the supply chain network that most companies are using. NetSuite is also some companies are using. So there are many tools. If you want to have the knowledge, if you want to gain the knowledge, so these tools will help you.
Okay, it's a fruitful knowledge, now.
IoT and AI related course, data science, data analytics, Power BI tools. These are everything. These are very helpful. Excel is also very helpful. This is the first step you can do, because without Excel, there is no resume. If you have seen, that will be shortlisted. So Excel is mandatory.
Yeah. Apart from that, Tally is also mandatory for inventory management.
Tally is like for the finance or the finance thing. It is not under the supply chain. Tally is a different thing. That is for accounts and AP team, payable, accounts receivable. So that is the part of it, but that is not used by this for the supply chain, the whole supply chain. If I'm telling you, so that is for the accounts related thing. Tally. Uh, I don't know, companies are using because they are already having their in-house tools, customized tools. So, but if you have the overall knowledge, if you have the tools knowledge which are worldwide, everyone is using, then that will be helpful for you. Tally is, you can, yeah, for the knowledge you can learn.
Okay.
Yes. So, have any questions? Or we jump to the new topic. Please acknowledge yes or no. No questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So today we have the supply chain network design. We will study the structure and the design, how we can design a supply chain network, and what are the factors that we can think or that are affecting the supply chain network design. So this is our today's topic and the unit 2 of the topic 1. So we will start this. So, according to you, what do you think that how we can define the supply chain network? What is supply chain network, or how we can design it? If you have anything, any raw answers in your mind, what is a supply chain network? What is network under the supply chain? If anyone can answer. Santosh, Manish, Ishwarya, any other participant, Mohit.
I think
Santosh.
supply chain network, like as our transportation, railway, airport, and ships, and vehicles, postman, and courier person.
This is the one component of the network. What others? But only for transportation will not play everyone's role, na? So what other things? What? Because network is not just one parameter. It is the combination of various parameters. So what are these parameters? We are if we talk about the supply chain. So what is that chain? What is that network?
Data collection and analysis. We can collect the data from various devices like IoT, and there are so many devices. So we can collect the data from relevant for the production cost, transportation, etc. And based on that, we can demand the forecast, and also we can do predictive modeling. And we can also do the supply chain segmentation, means based on the particular segments, product types, or customer
So
related.
we will go from the first step. What do you think in the supply chain? What is the first thing we need to have to make the network?
Uh, we have to define the objective and the requirement. What are the needs that we need? Means for such as cost efficiency, speed, and then after we can define the needs for the businesses. Means type of products, customer demand, etc.
So I think what I think is first is demand, then the product or service, whatever it is. है ना? So first I think it is
Yes, ma'am.
first
Yes,
is product. एक product होना चाहिए, then we have the customer demand. If we have the demand, then we have the product as well. So this is the one thing. So after then we have the product, we have the, but before having a product, before manufacturing it, how many, which one more parameters come into the scenario? Someone also answered it, that is Aishwarya. Coordinating with suppliers. So first thing is supplier. Without having the raw material, without having the vendors participation in the product, we can't make the product, not even the sample. So first, very first network is, very first component is supplier. Then we have the product. Then how we will distribute it, what are the manufacturing, how we will do the manufacturing. So this is the whole process. Then after manufacturing it, what are the warehouses where we will distribute it? After distribution, what how many we have the retail outlets? How many? Then we last step is the customer. So this is the whole network I am asking about. Okay. So we will see the definition. So the definition is the process of determining the most efficient arrangement of the supply chain entities. Supply chain entities means supply chain network. And if we are talking about the design, so design is the most efficient arrangement of the supply chain entities. We are having, like, first is supplier, then we are having the manufacturing plants, then we have the distribution centers, then we have the retail outlets, or lastly we have the customer. That is our the end goal of the supply chain. So what do you think, what is the efficient arrangement we can do for the supply chain entities according to you everyone, the 8 or 9 participants are there? So what do you think about the efficient arrangement? How we can define this efficient arrangement of the supply chain entities? What is the efficient arrangement? What do you think about the efficient arrangement in the supply chain entities? How we can arrange them? What are the factors for that? How we will decide what can be the efficient, what can be the inefficient thing? Anyone can, one or two. There is this is very crisp topic I'm asking. One or two key terms will be also valid. Flow of goods and information, correct. Anyone more answers? Right, Santosh, Manish, Upendra, Aishwarya, Sasi, Sivasai, Tanvi. Flow of goods and informations should be efficient. Otherwise, we will not receive, or we cannot deliver the right product to our customer. This is the one thing. Any one or more answer, then I will let you know.
I think right product to right transportation or right transportation.
Okay. So efficient arrangement is something we can define, like if we taking then example, if we are opening any manufacturing plant, so first what are the factors we will define, or this is very realistic, very imaginary thing. First, when we want a job or when we switch any other job, so what are the arrangements we will define, or what other parameters other than money we will also take into the consideration. Only if you're having getting the good package, then also there you will also search for the job location. You will also search for the environment of the office, how they will treat their team members, what are the perks and benefits there. So there are many things you will also consider other than the package or the CTC. So these are the efficient arrangement. There is not only the one parameter you will discuss or you will consider for having the job switch. So deploying just in time, learn lean principles, improve overall profit of the supply chain, cost factor. Yes, cost factor is very important. When you when there is any factory or any plant we manufacture or we establish, so we will find many arrangements. If the transportation is fine or not, the labor will be fine to come there or not. The raw material, the vendor, the distance between the vendor and the raw material will also be taken to the consider. Otherwise, the transportation cost will take all the profits. And the most important thing, we have to lower down our purchasing a driver in the supply chain. If we are having the procured materials at high cost, then how we will supply the competitive prices to the customer? Because for one product in the market, we have many companies are dealing with the same company, same product. So we should be very competitive. We should cut down our costs, and there are many costs. There are manufacturing plant costs, there are labor costs, there are if we are having the rent that factory, so rented cost is also there. Distribution centers, transportation centers, also the retail outlets, that will all every cost driver is included when we having the pricing of the product. Okay, we will include every cost in the product, and while delivering to the customer, and we should be also competitive so we can sustain in the market. So there are many efficient arrangement are there that we need to consider while launching any product. Also, we have to compare our pricing in market, or define the trends. So these all things we can say under the analytics of Kaizen, continuous improvement. Yeah, this is the improvement thing. So there are many efficient arrangement for one product. Like if we talk about the Amul company, there every Amul company have the factory in Gujarat only. So they are transporting from Gujarat to everywhere in the India. So they are, and the what is the price of their milk? 1 liter milk is about, I think, 66 rupees liter. And the local, we are having the purchasing the milk, they are giving us the 70 rupees per liter. In, like, if I talk about in Agra or somewhere else. So how they have this competitive pricing? Also, there is Country Delight. They are giving the milk on the, I think, 100 rupees per liter or 95 rupees per liter. They are also sustaining in the market, but their profit, their customers are less, their TAM is less. Okay, they are only delivering, they are only entertaining to the premium customer, the cream layer of the customers. So this is how we have to take the pricing. We have to take the many drivers in having the pricing. Okay, so this is the efficient arrangement we can define. So what is the importance? What is the importance of supply chain network design? Why we have to take these many parameters? Why we just go and buy some plot or a factory and make the plant, but we can't do that? What is the importance? Why we have to have physical or the blueprint on the page, so we can have the calculation, the imaginary calculations even. So what is the importance of it? Why we need it? so enhances the operational efficiency. If we operational efficiency is when we make the plant, when we manufacturing it, so what is the day-to-day operations we are having? If we have the facilities, if whatever we are providing day-to-day meal to the laborers, what is the day-to-day water expenses? There are many companies are also giving the tea and coffee, biscuits. So these all things are operational things which are the day-to-day operations. So the efficiency should be so all these drivers or all these operations we are giving to the labor, or some companies also giving the cab facility to the their employees. So why they are doing so? They can efficiently or they can improve their employees efficiency. If we have these benefits, so we will have the more chances to get employed in that company. That is the attraction things or influencing things. Cost efficiency, okay. Secondly, we also have to reduce the cost. Okay, so there are if we will not plan, if we not plan the efficient arrangement before if implementing it, then we will not reducing the cost. And on when we implemented it, and also the ongoing process is also there, we will try to reduce the cost. Secondly, improve the customer services. If we have the efficient arrangement, if we have the transportation robust, if we have the manufacturing plant no any delays, if it is working 24/7, and we have the good retail outlets available in the market, available every part of the country, then we also have the improved customer services. So these are the importance, these are the key importances why we need to have the supply chain network design. Okay. And what are the objectives? Objectives are same. We have to minimize the total supply chain cost so that we can deliver the more to our customers at the lesser prices. Secondly, maximize service levels. If we have more outlets, retail outlets, if we have the more customer efficiency, customer services are good, then our service levels are also good. Okay, we can service them at good level. We can gain the trust from the customer. So this is the end goal of the supply chain network design, is to deliver the good services to our customer. That is the service level, maximizing the trust of the customer, ensuring the flexibility and resilience. Global sourcing, yes. So if the arrangement is good, if the supply chain is good, then the flexibility will be there. We can cater to our customer whatever as per their needs. We can also customize the product as per their needs. There are many companies like Traya Hair, or many companies are there which are making the shampoos, or as per our some questionnaires they are having. So how they are delivering it? They are customizing the shampoos by having the customer inputs. So this is how the market is flexible as per the customer needs. So this is very good thing in the market right now. Before it was not there, but this is all. This is valuing the customer. We are taking the inputs from the customer and making the product. It's a very big thing. So this is how the supply chain nowadays flexible, and we are and resilience also. If there is any problem in the in any supply chain or in any product, so we can have the follow with the companies or with our customer. We have that process as well. Before it was not there. So the supply chain, the customer service was poor before that time, but now the flexibility and resilience is both, and our supply chain is very robust nowadays because we are having the planning. First, we have the planning. First, we clear the goal, vision, and mission of the company, of the product. Then we go to the market. Then we take all the things in place, how we have to manufacturing, how we have the labor, how the skills we are needing, what can be the distribution centers which are close to the retail outlets. So this is everything we are having after the planning process. So this is clear. If anyone have question, supply chain network design. So Santosh is saying cost efficiency, faster delivery times, reliable supply, and mitigating risk. Yes, optimizing global resourcing. Yes, these all things are very important if we plan the supply chain network design for any product and services. So, what are the components of a supply chain network? What are the components? What I mean, who will make this network? Which components are making this supply chain network? First is suppliers, I already told, manufacturing plants. Then we have the distribution centers. Then we have the warehouse that we store. And then lastly, the retailers and end that is customers. Okay, and after the customers, if they are having any problem in the product, so we always have, if you have gone through any packet of any product, so they are also having the feedback session, they are also giving their phone numbers or the email IDs where we can send them the email if we have any problem, because the retail outlet is not only having the one vendor, they are procuring the goods from the different vendors. Like if we want to raise some complaint against Maggie or something Bikaner, Niri Bhujia, and there are many companies. So we are having that facility as well. So customer is giving the higher values. So what are the components? Supplier is sourcing where source the raw material of and components. Whatever the components and raw material we needed, we must have the suppliers. So that is the source. First component of the supply chain network is this. After we having the manufacturing plants. So manufacturing plants, facilities where products are produced. So where are the manufacturing plant where the product will be assembled or it will manufactured, because in India there are many companies who procure the material from the China and they assembled in India after they having the tag, like boat companies also doing the same. So this is how the manufacturing, but we call them the manufacturing plant, because whatever we are doing, assembling or the more implementing our design as well into the components. So that is the manufacturing plants, we will say. After that, we have the distribution centers, hubs for storing, distributing the products. So in our localities or wherever we live, so there are many distribution centers are there. If anyone can tell the distribution center in their hometown or nearby. So Santosh is saying information technology systems like ERP, SCM, software, inventory management, customer services. These are the components. No, supply chain network components are suppliers, manufacturing, distribution. These are the technology, IT components are there. This is the under layer components on which supply chain is working. So the software thing, the inventory management, customer services. So these are the IT components. Thank you, Santosh. So, if you named one or two distribution centers nearby, if you have seen while traveling or something, so you can list them. Anyone distribution centers or wholesale centers if you have gone anytime? Like best price, I have seen. I have gone there. Amazon. Amazon distribution centers. In Delhi, we have many distribution centers. I will also write like best prices also, which is now overtaken by the Flipkart, I think. So anyone else have the name of the distribution centers if they have seen? Also, I have seen the Bata distribution center in Gurgaon. Yes. If anyone heard about Richa and Company, anyone of you, Richa and Company. Anyone have heard this name before? It's a clothing company, Richa and Company. It's a very big company, exporting the clothes from India to entire country, entire global. Anyone? Yes or no? Just say yes or no.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So Richa and Company is a very big company. Now it's an exporting company, which is like started by the lady whose name is Richa. So now they are having many warehouses in the Gurgaon, and they are making export houses in the Gurgaon. They are making manufacturing it, which is very confidential designs of the clothing. Then they export the from Gurgaon to the Europe, Mexico, many parts of the many parts of the world. Okay, so they are having many distribution centers in Gurgaon because I was working there. So there are many distribution centers in the one lane, if I say. So it's also a very big company. So distribution centers are hubs for storing and distributing product. When we have the finished product at our hand, then we have to store it in the distribution centers. Okay, some factories which are not running on the worldwide level, Blue Dart Express, yes, they are also having the Blue Dart Express is also there. There are many logistics companies, distribution centers are there, while they are picking or getting the orders to the customers. So Blue Dart Express is fine. Many DHL offices are also there. They are having the offices, and also they are having a store there in the office. So you have seen very mess in the logistics offices. Okay. So distribution centers and warehouses both are different thing. Distribution center is hubs for storing and distributing products, and warehouses are a storage facility for finished goods. When we have the finished good at our hand, we will store them into our warehouses, where the logistic company will pick and pick the order for the shipment to the customer or to the middle company of the customer. Because for the finished goods, we are having the warehouses. Distribution center is where we distribute, where we have the storing facilities. Because if in a factory there is not enough space to store the products, so they are having their distribution center. Then first process will happen in this factory, then other will be in the different factory, then we have their distribution center as per their product categories. Okay, then they will the finished product will go into the warehouses only, where there will be the logistic company partner is there, who will pick the product and distribute as per the addresses or whatever the needs. We will go them. Then we have the retailers, point of sale to end customers. We already know about the retailers. Many retailers are there. We already that is the first unit which customer interacted with the retailers. Then they will do the interaction with their agent. Then we have their company agent. So this is how retailer and customers, we are the customers and users of the products. So this is how the components of the supply chain network we are having. So every component is important, and every component should be streamlined as per the supply chain process. If it is not streamlined, if our supplier is not able to deliver the raw material, then product will not be finished. If if the demand is high, then the product will not be supplied to the retailers or the wholesalers. So the whole supply chain will get disturbed. So these all components should be worked in the streamline in the planned process. And if there is any delays, or any thing, then we have to first inform to the retailers or wholesaler that there is a problem in the supply chain, so the customer does not have. Many times we have gone to wholesalers and retailers, we ask for some product and they do not have the product at that same time. So what they will say, okay, I will talk to the wholesaler thing, or I will talk to the company if they have it. So this is the how supply chain is working. This is how the components should be streamlined for the efficient supply chain network design. Okay. So how the factors influencing the network design? So what are the factors according to you are influencing the network design if we have these components? What do you think? What are the factors influencing the network design? What are these components like other than these components? What are the factors? We have the components now. What other factors are defining the supply chain network, impacting the supply chain network? So this slide is clear, first of all. Or do you think any other component is missing here? Customer demand. That is not the component, because if we don't have the demand, then what we will manufacture and why we will deal with the supplier? So this is not the component. This is the first beginning of the supply chain. If we don't have demand, we don't have order, then we can't think of the product or the manufacturing of the supplier. So this is the first thing. Okay, Santosh, thank you. Anyone else? So these are the only components which can, affect the supply chain network. Now, other than these components, what are the factors influencing the supply chain network? So we will study them. Now, factor influencing network design. Like if we are having, if I am taking the hypothetical example, if the demand is decreasing day by day or monthly by monthly, year by year, and we are having the many plants, many manufacturing plants are there. Like we are having 10 manufacturing plants, but the demand which is coming from the market is very less. So what we will do at that time? We will close the manufacturing plant as per the customer demand, as per the demand we are having, because there are many overheads are there, because there are many automobile companies that are not cannot stopped for one day. Even they are working 24/7. If they will stopped for one day, the crores of millions of loss will be there to the company. So they are having this much of demand, they have planned in that way. So if there is any problem in the supply chain or the, because that everything is depending, whatever we are making, whatever the product and whatever the services we are having, it is directly proportional depending on the demand on the for the customer. Okay, so if that is not there, then our overheads, we will go into the loss company. Okay, there are many companies which are opening and closing because the demand is not there, or they have not studied the behavior or the market trends in the company. So the factors are that are the components by which the network will make. But what are the other factors? What are the factors which will network? How we will like if the demand is only 10,000, then one manufacturing plant is fine for that. So how these things will be defined? So these factors are there. Energy efficiency. Okay. So very important is demand patterns. What are the demand patterns? If like in a month of Jan, there is a less sale of ice cream in India, if I talk about. So they will plan their supply chain, or they will plan their raw material purchasing in that way, because this is the seasonal thing. So in ice creams in January or the northern part of the India, it will be the sales will get the lower. And after having this April and May, their demand will be rising. So this is how they will design their supply chain, how they will design their manufacturing plants and their patterns. There are many companies which are not working in the end of the December, because if their business are coming from the UK or Europe, so they are having the holidays of, I think, from the 15th of December till the mid of the January. So they're having the, in Europe or UK, if I talk about, if their business are coming from them, so they have no business at that time. So their company will be stopped or will be closed for that one month. So this is also, we are having the CNY, the Chinese national holiday is also there, which is coming, which is in the end of the January until the mid of the Feb. So at that time, we also, those who are procuring goods and raw materials from the China, they are also having very planned their deliveries, their raw materials, because they have the CNY there. If you anyone know this CNY about this. So these are the many factors are there. These are the examples I am giving. So first is demand patterns, understanding the customer demand and its variability. So these things we should consider, and the fashion industry is also there. If I talk about in Myntra, if you searched for now, there will be the summer clothes will be there. Then after 2 or 3 months, after 2 months, there will be the winter collection will be there. So how they are planning this? According to the demand patterns, according to the customer behavior, according to its variability, because they are not running this for the 1 year. They're having the before patterns, they're having the past patterns of the demand from the customer. So this is how the demand patterns are working. If you have any point according to the demand, if you have any other example in your mind, who can like more, any other product if you have in mind, like how the demand patterns are variable, like if we talk about the gold. So this is also variable at the time of the season of marriages in India. If I talk about February, November or October, or I say the Dhanteras, Diwali festival. At that time, the sale of the gold is go up to the high on its peak. If you have the newspaper, we have seen like tons of gold has been purchased by the customers. So this is how the variability, if I take the example of gold and silver, auspicious gems and jewelry. So, or any other product, if you have, ice cream is there, that which is having the variable, and seasonal things. In seasonal, in winters, we have different kinds of imported fruits are coming. So that is also depending on the demands. So there are many things which are depending on the many products I have listed. If you have any one of the more product.
For electronics, ma'am, means special during certain period, means event or any function or certain time of period, like holiday season and major product launches time, na, like that.
Yes. At this time of vacations, the packages, the holiday packages are go on boom. But at the time of off season, if I talk about if we go to Kashmir in the off season, then their package will be half priced. Okay, this is how the customer also leveraging the profit, or having the different footwear. Yeah, footwear is also there in the footwear. Yes, there is a summer sale. Summer footwear is different. Winter footwear is different. Clothing is different. Even the if I talk about India, the Zomato, if you are seeing in Navratri, they are giving the Vrat thalis in their menu. So this is also as per the customer demand, as per the market, as per the what occasional things are going on. So every platform, every company, every website, every product and services are giving are like customizing there as per their customer demands. Okay, so this is very important aspect or factor by while influencing the network design based on changing consumer preferences. Yes, we must change, otherwise will company will not sustain if we will not work as per the customer demands. Okay, our company will go down and down. Other is transportation cost associated with moving goods between the location. Okay, so this is very important transportation cost, and nowadays the crude oil, the prices of petrol and diesel are rising day by day. Okay, so transportation cost is a big challenge nowadays in supply chain, that how we can, minimize the cost. So they are using one or two concept. If I already told, that is MOV and MOQ concept they are using. If you have the shipment, like if I talk about in the previous company, what we are following, if we have the shipment using the sea transport, if we use the sea transport from the China port to the Netherlands port. So if our shipment is having the 20k USD, more than the 20k USD of shipment, if we ship, then they are having the very less freight for the shipment. And if we are having only 14k or 10k of the USD shipment, then their prices go up. So this is how they are using. So what we will do, we consolidate many shipments in one vessel, then we ship to the sea through sea transport. And when we have the the urgent demand from the customer, so we will have the air transport at that time. Or for the air transport, we will charge directly by the customer, if they are having the urgency or they are having the plant urgency things. So we will give them the quote, and also we have the profit margin in that as well. So this is how we have the transportation cost. We will include them in the product always. Whatever we purchase from the Mintra or whatever we purchase from the retail outlet, their transportation cost we including in the product. But that is by the how many products, that is not the per product thing. That is the if we can deliver 10,000 pairs of the shoes in one shipment, then that cost will be divided by 10,000. So if we estimated the estimated cost of the product will not significantly change. So this is how the costing and pricing company they are having in the product. So we will the customer will not have to very problematic in the scenario of the freight and air freight or these all things. But as the company aspect, as the organization aspect, we need to very mindful for the transportation cost. Also we have the if our the company, the customer relationship with the customer and the vendor, like if we are not the end customer, or if there's some customer is there, if are the vendor, if the vendor customer relationship is very healthy, then they will then that transportation cost will be fine to be paid by the customer. Okay, if the urgency is there. And for the sea transport or for some other transport modes of transport, so we have the consolidation thing in the shipment. So if they because there is only not one customer we are having in the Netherlands or the Europe. So there are many customers. So how we plan the things, we consolidate every Wednesday. We have the seaport. We have the consolidation day on the Wednesday from the China to Netherlands. So we consolidate many shipment, which is having about 1 million USDs of the shipment. Okay, so if the one vessel is fully loaded, then the prices, transportation cost can be reduces. So this is how, this is depending on the product pricing as well. So this is how transportation cost is very important when we have to moving the goods from the between location, and when the worldwide is very challenging. But if you have the good transport, good logistics partner, good the knowledgeable, so they will get it down. So it is also not a challenge if we talk about the organization level. Thirdly is production cost, cost of manufacturing and different plants. Like if we manufacturer, if you like in China, if I say, there are there are many houses, and every house is a factory. They are manufacturing one product in at the main, at the same point or at the same site. Okay, they are not having one product is making here and the other component is from coming from there. So they are having the transportation cost. So what they have settled there, if anyone goes to China or something, so there is there the factories which the whole production, the finished product will become at one plant, at one manufacturing plant, which is so that the production cost is lowest. That is why these toys which are importing from the China, that's why their price is this much low, because the finished product is manufacturing at one site of the at only one site. So this is how many production costs can be minimized. If I talk about China, we can even not beat the China yet till now, so in the productions. Secondly, there is the inventory cost, cost of holding inventory at various points. Like if I ordered something and I also returned it, so anyone have said, cost related to manufacturing plant for assembling the parts at different location, it will make the cost higher. So that is why if we have the finished product we can import from the China, then why we cannot do, why we can't do that, why we have to make the manufacturing setup. There are many PCB many companies which are procuring, even Samsung, even Apple, even China. If you have gone through their packing labels, so they have they're clearly mentioned there that this product or this device assembled in China. Okay, they are procuring the products from the China and they're assembling there. So ICA is into the furniture or household thing. I don't know about that, but the still the China is having the very big market, and India is still not even beating. Yes, because the production cost is there very less. Because their one product is finishing it at one manufacturing plant. So inventory cost is also there. Okay, time is ticking. Cost of holding inventory at various points. Like if I placed some order and I also returned it, and it is sometimes what happen, in transit we can't cancel the transaction. So what will happen, it is coming to my location, but in between I have cancelled the order, then that product, then that parcel is at the XYZ warehouse. Okay, so that inventory cost will not stop. Okay, that inventory cost will always be there. Then that parcel will go to the original warehouse. So that inventory cost make the less going down the company's profit. But I don't know how, what model they are using, what Myntra is using, what Flipkart is using, if they are also having some different process. So or according to me, what they are doing is they are having the parcel at XYZ warehouse, and if they are having again any demand from the any customer end, so they are delivering from that XYZ warehouse, from that to the delivery location of the customer. So they will not go to the reverse logistics. That will cost them, because when we are canceling it, we have not given any money to the to any websites. So this is also the inventory cost is also, but most of the companies make them lower after having the optimizing and these many RFID and barcodes using them. So they have the track of even single product there. So they are having their one unique identification. So this is how the inventory cost also affect the supply chain network design also. Okay. So the time is fine. 1 minute is there. Facility cost means the cost related to warehouse, distribution centers, manufacturing plants, including rent, utilities, maintenance. There are many things, many costs are there. In cost, we will study in the next sessions. We have the one full unit of the cost. There are many costs related to the this. When we have the pricing of the product, we will consider these all costs at the time of pricing of the product. So this is how these factors are influencing the supply chain network design. Okay, so I think time is up. Any questions? Or we will start in the next session. Anyone? Okay, Santosh is saying thank you. So anyone? No questions? Then we'll end up the session. Okay. No question. Okay. So thank you so much. We will start in the next session. Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you,
Bye.
Dr. Pradhan.